like Highway Lights a lot. It's a cool song. It's about like some shit that happened in my hometown. There's been like a lot of crazy accidents, and it's like reflecting on that stuff. You're like, what if that was me? And then I just wrote a song about that. So
I think my favorite song might be Swim in Time, and that's just because that might be the one I find most relatable and how being in this band like affects me personally. That whole experience.
Yeah, I really like What You Would Hear, that first song on the record. It, I don't know, has some really cool parts on it, and it was one of the first ones that we wrote for this record too.
It was the first one we started playing live.
Yeah.
And we started playing that about a year ago. This last February, we went on another East Coast tour, and that was the first song we'd finished. So we'd started playing that, and then I think playing that new song, especially it being What You Would Hear, playing that song on this East Coast tour, being so far away from home, and then like capturing that energy, translating it live, and then coming home right before we record the record, and then really hunker down and start writing and finishing the other songs. I feel like it like carried some of that energy from the tour and that experience into going to Atlanta and recording the record. Just kind of like reflects on like the duality of our lives living in Nebraska and being home, and our experiences there and that Midwestern background, and then also like our life on the road and what we experience, seeing the world and how different everything is, and how some things constantly change and how some things stayed the same our entire lives. So.
Well put. That was good. Yeah, before we did the record, I actually moved back to my hometown. So these guys are in Lincoln and I am in my hometown, and it's weird, like I was literally living on a farm, so I would be in like on the East Coast one weekend, and then a few days later like just dropped right back into a farm setting. So it was just weird, but I think that definitely like inspired a little bit of, like Zach said, the duality of who we are and where we are going in a sense. So
Where we've been,
yeah.